Welcome back to Poksu channel and the Guitar Ladder System. For a free sample, send me an email, stevezook7@yahoo.com or poksu@gmail.com. Hey, what I want to talk about today this is the Guild A150, by the way. Really love this guitar. This is a good guitar to talk about this. Is that, because I was thinking of maybe buying like a Gibson L7 or an L5 or a Super 400 or something along that line, maybe spending, 3 to 10 grand or something. But really didn't want to spend that much. And if you really do your research, and I think it really helps that I bought and sold so many guitars. This guitar reminds me a lot of an old Gibson L5. But I want to share just simple here. I'm just doing a 4-chord to a 4-chord. 4 chords, part of chordal harmony, built with a ton of perfect fourths, a little shading, 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 shading. One of the things I wanted to talk about, because I'm really into metaphysics and stuff, is as opposed to setting a New Year's resolution and then not doing it, keep your goals a little, think of it more like a reset. Make a small goal, like as opposed to saying, I'm going to do this or do this or do this. Just make a small goal, like I'm going to hit the reset button. I'm going to try a few things I haven't tried before. And just make some small goals. Spend a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, not just physical effort, mental effort, also spiritual, visualize, lean into it, lean into the intentions of a new direction in your life, and start familiarizing yourself and, visualizing and creating, living in the future a little bit, seeing, like I have a certain goal, I'm not going to share it, I have a certain goal, and I'm just living in that goal a little bit more. I'm visualizing it, I'm creating it in my mind, I'm seeing it, I'm feeling it, I'm getting in touch with the alignment of how good it feels to be owning that particular situation and vibrating in it, because they've proven that you don't know the difference between a real event and something that you're imagining. And when you visualize, you connect with the field of energy. What you focus your energy on is what you create, and you become like a magnet. You draw it to you, and you go from particle to wave, and you join something which already exists in the quantum field. The quantum field is the field of infinite possibilities, all possibilities, the one mind, the quantum field, God, the unified field, whatever you want to call it. But my idea for this video was, as opposed to saying, okay, I'm going to do this year, whatever, just make it a little more, an easy baby step. I'm going to try some new things I haven't tried before. I'm going to try believing a little bit in something that I maybe previously didn't think I could create or couldn't connect with or couldn't have, kind of let go of some of that resistance, let go of some of the resistance to change, I think it's really important to ground yourself in the present. There's a lot of books have been written, The Power of Now and whatnot, about being present in the present, and that's all great. But you need to understand you don't want to define yourself by your present reality, because if you look at your present reality and you define yourself by your present reality, then you're going to start limiting yourself. Well, how could I create this? How could I reach this goal financially or career-wise or whatever it might be? So it's very important, because I believe in what and I made this up, by the way. By the way, I do life coaching. If you're interested, I can do life coaching sessions. It's $100 for 45-minute to an hour session. Anyway, but I have a term I came up with called cascading traction, and that's what my course, Time-Aligned Transformation Lock, is all about. But the thing is that if it's really good to be in the present, own the present, be in the present, but don't be defined by your present reality, because it's not what you see which is so important. It's what you believe and where you put your energy and where you put your focus, your intentions. So, for instance, like you can look at your life and say, well, I drive this kind of car, I live in this kind of place, I have this much money in the bank, or I don't have this much money, or whatever it might be, and the more you can let go of that desire to always be defining things and analyzing things. So don't judge yourself by your present reality, be in the here and now, because that's where the traction to the quantum field is. But live a little more in the future, visualize, familiarize yourself. One of my recent affirmations, which I've been sharing with people at the park, is which is this: abundance and prosperity is my divine right and my natural state. I accept, deserve, allow, and receive it now with good to all concerned. Let me repeat that. Abundance and prosperity is abundance and prosperity miracles. There we go. Abundance and prosperity miracles are my divine right, my natural state. I accept, allow, deserve, and receive them now with no limitations, with good to all concerned. So, but my point is, being in the here and now is really important, but you don't want to define yourself by the here and now. You want to have more of a mindset like anything is possible. Why is anything possible? Because you're one with the one mind. In the one mind, there's only the consciousness of wholeness, completion, and perfection. In this one mind, there are no ideas of lack or limitation of supply of any kind whatsoever. So, it's a matter of having faith, believing in the unknown, and not always using your past as a reference point. Or, as I'm making the point today, don't use your present as a reference point. Faith is believing faith is believing in what you have not seen, and the result of that faith is seeing what you believe. So, anyway. I'm very impressed with this. Really impressed with this guitar. I'm hearing some squeaky noise. I'm not even sure what that is. But anyway, so don't define yourself by the present. Align with your present, but don't fight it. Don't remind yourself of what you don't have. Don't focus on what you don't have. That's why gratitude is so important, because having gratitude, you actually tune into abundance, because you're appreciating what you have and you're focusing on more of a positive, abundant, you're not a victim consciousness, but more of an abundance consciousness. You want to try to override that victim consciousness and focus more on abundance. And again, try to wrap your head around the fact that there are no limits to what you can create when you realize you're one with the one mind, you're one with the quantum field, the unified field, the field of all possibilities. Okay? Anyway, I think I'm just going to keep this guitar. It sounds like an old L5. It sounds like something you could spend $8,000 on. I just love it. But yeah, here I'm just doing 4-chord to 4-chord, 4-chord. Then I go to a non-root 13. A little here I'm doing a flat 5. I think I'll just stop right there. All right, folks, let's keep the positive faith. If you had the faith of a mustard seed, you could move mountains. Cheers.